So apparently this motorcycle was struck by lightning. It was parked right there by the busted cables, the ones that exploded with after they were struck by lightning. After lightning struck this tree and blew this bark off right here. Well, this motorcycle was parked right about there, and apparently it was struck by lightning. Everything else works except the computer. The gauges, normally these things pop up, you got to read out here, but I've got nothing at this point except it starts and runs. Just don't know how fast I'm going. The brakes work, but they're on a, they've got some kind of a servo assist that prevents me from stopping as easily, and I don't know what to think about that. But hopefully sometime next week I can hook the computer up and pull a code. Hopefully, maybe it's something minor. I'm certain that it's not. I'm certain that I'm going to have to replace the controller or whatever computer, onboard computer that's running the CAN bus. And that's the downside of the CAN bus system, is there's no fuses. There's nothing to blow except apparently the controller. Maybe there's some kind of a trip, something I can flip, a sensor or something. I don't know. I'm hoping everything doesn't cost me as much as I spent on the bike. But that just goes to show you what can happen when lightning strikes, especially when you're standing next to a tree. The video you just got through watching was shot today. It's Thursday. The storm came in on Sunday. This is the tree that the rest of the video here I shot the following day on Monday, and just showing here where the bike was parked right next to the tree. I guess I was pretty unlucky. Of all the trees in the yard to get struck by lightning, I had to park by the one that got struck. And you could see the damage here. It looked like it just about blew the tree in half. And here's one of the extension cords that got just blown apart. I kind of left everything in place overnight so I could film it the next day after the rain quit. And that's one end of the extension cord, and here's the other end of the extension cord that got just blown apart. There's holes all in it, and here's the tip of the extension cord just got completely blown off, and this tip here blew the third extension cord off. And here's the extraordinary thing. This is a crock pot, a fully functional crock pot that was sitting out here underneath a tarp that I'd thrown to keep my junk out of the rain, and it blew this crock pot, blew this ceramic part out of the crock pot, broke it in half, blew the lid off, ejected all that stuff. That's exactly where it landed, where I was showing you. Blew the lid off and blew this tarp from where it was sitting on top and then over on top of my other bike. That was an extraordinary force, and I almost saw the lightning bolt. I saw the aftermath, the bark falling, the spray from the trees, but you could see it's pretty devastating stuff. And here's the other side of the tree. You could see it's lost some bark, and it looked like it's got to come down. This thing's completely dead, and it's going to fall on somebody's head eventually. But here I'm tracing the heavy-duty extension cord up to Chris's house, and the neutral and the hot wires were fused all the way through the rubber sheath. This is a really heavy-duty cord that I'm following up here, and of course it didn't blow open like the other cords, but the wires inside, which are really thick and heavy-duty strands of copper, were fused. In other words, the insulation on the inside of the rubber was melted, and it blew this box. So the moral of this story is you need to respect lightning. I'd always heard that you don't stand under trees during a lightning storm, and now I kind of think I know why. If nothing else, you're going to get injured by flying bark or falling limbs or something like that. But it's kind of opened my eyes to the real power of lightning and what it can do to electronics and your body, um, possibly. So be careful out there. Try to find a metal structure to get under, so maybe you can get some protection if you're riding. Get out of the direct path.